Just a little bit. Look, hey, Shalom Israel, we had an ISUPK Commander General Hunter, the ISUPK Alabama, and this is the ISUPK Biblical Law Class. You know what I'm saying? And today we're going to talk about something that a lot of our people have a problem with. You understand? Being that black, native, and Hispanic people are generally good natured, you know what I'm saying? You give all these telltale signs of that because of how the Native Americans embraced our oppressor when he came over here. You understand? Columbus, in his memoirs, he told of how the Native Americans welcomed him. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't really know. You know what I'm saying? He said that they grabbed the sword and they cut the hem of the sword. They were very giving. You know what I'm saying? They taught the pilgrims, so to speak, how to survive a winter when they got over here, how to cultivate the land. A lot of them was guides, you know what I'm saying, through the land, just to end up getting slaughtered by these people later after, you know what I'm saying, they learned the land or whatnot, learn how to cultivate the land, learn what was good to eat, what was not good to eat. They end up giving the Native Americans smallpox. Not only did they give them smallpox, they gave them all different types of diseases, man, that they knew nothing of prior to them getting here. And so, as blacks, natives, and Hispanics, we got to learn not to trust our enemies, man. You understand? No matter how kind they may seem, no matter how smooth they may seem, it doesn't even matter if you meet a guy on your job and he seems like an okay one. At the end of the day, man, you got to understand that this is wartime. And in wartime, man, you know what I'm saying, we can't afford to let our guards down by trusting, you know what I'm saying, and looking for the one good savage. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call them savages. We can't let our guard down by looking for the one good savage. You understand? By the one good oppressor. You understand? By you doing that, you're opening up the door to compromise the rest of your people. You understand? And you're doing the same thing when you lay down and marry the oppressor. You understand? These are things that we can't do. We gotta understand that this is wartime. And even in the time of peace, when we have a kingdom, it's still unlawful. It's still against the law. You understand? We're supposed to marry amongst our own people. You know, for the life of me, I don't understand how a lot of cats can say that they love their people, especially a black man, especially. You say you love your people, but you go out and you marry the oppressor's daughter. You understand? The athletes are notorious for it. I don't know so much about the rappers, but you know, you got Jeezy, he's married to a Moabite woman. You know what I'm saying? I believe she's Vietnamese, some jazz like that. But you know what I'm saying? All these sisters, you know what I'm saying? You tore, you know what I'm saying? Your claims of fame was you being a dope dealer. You understand? You tore up your neighborhood selling crack. I remember one of the songs you was talking about. Jesus was talking about. He said something about the old lady calling the police. He said it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Take your old ass to sleep. She can't sleep because y'all out there keeping up all that commotion. You understand? Her husband probably dead. There's an old lady in the house. Her husband probably dead, and you finally get in a position where you can get out the hood. But instead of down getting a sister out the hood to where she don't have to deal with the crack dealer, you leave her right there on the block that you tore up and go get the daughter of the ones that were selling your people chicken wings, selling your people doggone hair in the store. They already got that blessing. Why did you go find a sister? You understand? Why did you go for your oppressor's daughter? Make no mistake. The Chinese, the Vietnamese, all of them are oppressing you too, man. They're oppressing you because they're seeing the Edomites, the devil oppressing you. So they're quite naturally is going to fall in line. You understand? But you going to marry their daughter. You know what I'm saying? You think it's the thing to do, you know what I'm saying, to go find something that's not of your people. Okay, you wanted something that looked a little different. I mean, you came up in Atlanta. Why you didn't go get a Puerto Rican? Why you didn't go get a Mexican sister? Why didn't you go to the reservation and get a Native American sister? You know why? Because Jeezy hates his people. You understand? That's why in 2000, he was notorious for he was notorious for doggone that had a lot of people out there selling dope. A lot of people pick up that pack and start selling dope because of Jeezy and his Trap or Die. Everybody wanted to Trap or Die. Me myself personally, Jeezy grew on me, but I wasn't a Jeezy fan off the rip, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a creature of habit. I was still stuck on the Zero and the Texas music. You know what I'm saying? When Jeezy came out, we were still listening to I was still listening to a lot of old screwed up clicking, all that jazz, which they wasn't much better, man. They was promoting drug usage, you understand? But at the same time, you know, these are the things that our people do when they get famous and when they get money. You know what I'm saying? We think that we made it. We think that we can now be equals with our oppressor. When the fact is, your oppressor will never see you as an equal. Your oppressor is always going to see you as you should see him. Your oppressor is going to see you as an enemy. Your oppressor doesn't look at you and see someone that he can work with. Your oppressor looks at you and he sees a threat. So we got to learn to look at our oppressors and see them as a threat and not nobody that can be trusted. You understand? Uh, with that being said, man, let me get my first precept for that. You know what I'm saying? We got to learn not to trust our enemies out here, man. And make no mistake, man, our oppressor, if they're not black, native, Hispanic, they are your enemy. They are your enemy. If they're not black, native, or Hispanic, they are your enemy. It is us against everybody. You understand? I forgot what basketball player that was. He played for I believe he played for the San Antonio Spurs. But he ended up going overseas for whatever reason. He ended up going overseas, and he ended up playing basketball in China. I may be talking about the right cat. There's a lot of players who went overseas, you know what I'm saying, to play basketball and whatnot. So I may or may not be talking about the right cat. You understand? But one of the NBA players, he went over to China, and he was hurt and surprised when it was a Chinese man out there in the audience when he was coming through the walkway saying "nigga, nigga." I mean, it's not really funny, but it's kind of funny because even they know to oppress you. Even though they know that you're called a nigga over here, and it's a derogatory term that you do not like. You understand? So the Chinese man, he wanted his chance to be like the oppressor. He wanted to call you a nigga, and he did. You came over to play basketball. You was probably making more money over there than he was, but he still views you as a nigga. Okay? So we gotta understand not to trust these people, man. Not to try to dog link up with these people like just because we have some type of status of money doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, these people are looking to partner up with us, and we should not be trying to partner up with them. We should be looking for our people to partner up with. You understand? But to understand brotherhood, you have to understand the law. You can't understand brotherhood without the law, because the law is based on brotherhood. The whole purpose of the law is so that you can practice brotherhood amongst your brethren, amongst your kinsmen. You cannot show the oppressor brotherhood because the oppressor is not your brother. You understand? So you have to understand the law, then you can fully understand brotherhood. A lot of us brothers that came up in the streets, man, we thought that we knew brotherhood. We thought that we experienced brotherhood in our gang or whatnot, but we couldn't experience true brotherhood because we grew up amongst a loose set of rules. It was a loose set of rules that we grew up amongst, man. And so that loose set of rules, that little bit of doggone looseness in the rules, left the opportunity for brotherhood to be compromised. The law is so lit tight that it does not leave an area for the compromise of brotherhood, man. So that's why we have to follow this law. And if our law tells us not to marry our oppressors' daughters, you know what I'm saying, our sisters, or marry our oppressors' sons, then we must not do that. Because if we don't do that, then we can practice true brotherhood and sisterhood. You know what happens if we don't marry our oppressors' daughters? We're going to get a sister out the hood, man, that's doggone out there struggling and needs protection, man. You understand? Every time you turn around, somebody trying to sell a weed or whatnot. A lot of times, these sisters are doggone pressured and weakened by it, Because it's just the pressure of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They say everybody smoking weed. Every time you turn around, there's a cat up there trying to come up on the porch and smoke weed. Well, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times sisters succumb to that because they're the weaker vessels, man. But you know what I'm saying? If it was stronger brothers, you know what I'm saying, to go out there and swoop in and claim these sisters, then they wouldn't fall victim to pray to a lot of these things that they fall victim to pray to. You understand? So we got to learn down to show brotherhood amongst each other, man. You understand? And the only way we can do that is if we learn the law. The law is based on brotherhood. Okay? So let me get Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. All right. This is a very familiar precept to a lot of people inside the ISUPK. It's a very one West precept because it's a very warlike precept, man. This precept right here is very warlike, man. You understand? The Bible it's a lot of warfare inside the Bible. You understand? If you follow the laws inside the Bible, you follow the ordinances inside the Bible, you will be battle ready. You understand? The Bible will have you battle ready. The Bible teaches you not to trust your enemy, while society tells you to forgive your enemy, while he's kicking you in your ass all day. And they tell you to forgive him, just to go back to work tomorrow and get your ass kicked again. Just as I'm going to turn on the news and see another brother shut down in the streets. Yeah. We make sure that you are aware of the things that's going on around you. We don't want you with your head in the sand like an ostrich. You understand? That's not what we're about, man. We're about taking care of our people and defending ourselves. You know what I'm saying? At the time calls for it. You understand? We're not no turn the other cheek to the oppressor type brothers, man. Turn the other cheek was for your brother, man. This the practice brotherhood. If everybody out here believers turn the other cheek, you will have this high murder rate that we have right here in Birmingham, Alabama. In the whole area, to be honest with you, not just Birmingham, but the whole metropolitan area has a murder rate that's ridiculous. You understand? We wouldn't have that murder rate if we practice turn the other cheek with our own brothers. You understand? But we only want to turn the other cheek when it comes down to our oppressor. When it comes down to somebody that doesn't look like us. When it comes down to somebody that doesn't stay in the same conditions that we stay in, then we want to say, turn the other cheek. That's contradictory to the Bible, okay? The Bible doesn't say turn the other cheek to your oppressor. Okay, this is what the Bible says about your oppressor. This is Ecclesiastes 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, okay? Does it say trust your enemy sometimes? No, I believe it says never trust your enemy. You understand? And right now, it is not hard to see who our enemy is. You understand? Who's your president right now? Okay, he talked a good game. You understand? He said that he was going to bring the discussion of reparations to the table or whatever. Has he done it yet? No. You know why? Because he knows you're the enemy. Biden, don't let him fool you. You think he was just a nice old Joe. You know what I'm saying? Old Joe. Smoking Joe. You know what I'm saying? You thought he was a good guy. You know what I'm saying? For all you Christians out there. Now you see that he just wanted your vote, man. He don't trust you, but he trusts you to die and be a slave and go out and vote for him. You understand? He's not going to give you any reparations. You know what he's going to do? He's going to make sure that you can be LBGTQ. Because he knows by doing that, he can stifle the birth rates that we have in our community. You understand? He's going to tell you that to go get a crack pipe. You understand? He's not going to do anything to help you. He's not going to help you. And the only way he will help you is that he doesn't help you indirectly, but he helps the nation. They won't do anything specifically for you. You understand? Okay. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. For like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. You know what I'm saying? When iron starts to rust, what does it keep going? It keeps rusting. You know what I'm saying? I remember my homeboy back in the day. He bought a box Chevy. It was a two-door box Chevy, and it was rusting the floorboard, and it just kept getting worse and worse. Once it started to rust, you know what I'm saying? I believe it came from up north, maybe Detroit or some jazz like that. And, you know, it's a lot of salt on the ground. I believe that makes cars rust rather quickly. You understand? And so he went up there to anyway, he bought that car. What's going on, Charles McLaughlin? I believe I pronounced it. What's going on? But anyway, um, when the floorboard on that box Chevy started to rust, he wasn't able to restore it. You understand? That's your enemy. That's your oppressor. You cannot doggone make straight what God has made wicked. You understand? He's already evil. You understand? He was put here to be evil. You understand? So why would you try to doggone find some good in a being that was put here to be evil? Okay? For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching. Though he come to you, man, like, hey, man, we all bleed red. You understand? We all bleed red. You know what I'm saying? I breathe just like you put your pants on one leg at a time. Brother, I'm here right here at this job with you, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're telling me it's a difference between me and you, brother? I think it's the government. Nah, it's him. It's him. Because the whole time he's despising you. If he finds a chance to get you fired, he's going to capitalize on that chance to get you fired. You understand? You think because he wants to go out and have a drink with you after work. I mean, when I was on the road, man, I was out here with these oppressors, man. I dreaded every minute of going out to eat with them. You understand? But I had to go out to eat with them because I just started, and they had the car. You understand? They had the car or whatnot. And, man, it was just, you could feel the fakeness in the air. I didn't like them no more than they like me, but I was professional. I was cordial. I'm sitting amongst them while they hawking down crab legs and shrimp and eating bloody meat, all types of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, I don't do. You understand? And I have to just doggone sit there and order my meal and eat lawful. You know what I'm saying? While they eat like pigs. You understand? The oppressor, you know what I'm saying, one night he was eating a whole bucket of crab legs, man. It was disgusting. But I had to suffer that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, they didn't like me no more than I liked them. They didn't like the fact that I would not partake in none of their seafood that they was eating. And they were like, man, hey, man, you got to walk on the wild side. I said, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. And by me not doing what they do, they automatically grew a resentment for me. Now, if I was like the Uncle Tom Sambo that I worked with, you know what I'm saying, he was doing everything they were doing, eating everything they was eating, participating in whatever they was doing, you know what I'm saying? I, myself, being an officer inside the ISUPK, I have to be holy, I have to be set apart. So, of course, you know what I'm saying, being set apart, you put a mark on yourself. It's a mark on you. You know what I'm saying? If you inside the ISUPK, you didn't know it's a mark on you, it is a mark on you that you can't take off of you. It's going to be there to the day you die. I don't care if you fall out the truth. You'll never be the same. You understand? It's like the synonymous with the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know what I'm saying, instead, you know what I'm saying, you have the mark, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High, knowing that you know the laws, the statutes, and the orders of the Most High, you can never erase that out your mind. That's why the mark, they said the mark on your forehead, when they were talking about the 666, you have a mark on you, but it's from the Most High. You understand? And so once you learn these things, you can't unlearn it. I don't care where you go. But anyway, I'll keep going. Okay, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Take good heed, man. It's good heed, man. Don't be fooled out here. Just take good heed, man. Like if you see a sign that says beware of dog, just because you don't see the dog at the fence, you know what I'm saying? Just because you don't see the dog on at the fence, gnarling at the fence, foaming at the mouth, that's a beware of dog sign there. So you need to assume it's a dog in the area. It's a dog inside the yard. Now, if you jump that gate and walk through that yard gingerly, and by the time you get ready to cross the other gate, you feel teeth going in your leg, you didn't respect the dog on warning sign. So respect the warning sign. Respect the signs of everything that's going on around you that says the oppressor. You understand? Respect it. Take heed to it. Okay? All right. Yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou have white a looking glass. Okay, a looking glass. Okay, a looking glass will be synonymous with glasses today. You know what I'm saying? You get your foggy glasses up, you know what I'm saying? You get some dirt on them. Like now you see clearly. You know what I'm saying? You can see clearly because you took heed to the warning that the oppressor is your enemy. Okay, he's your enemy. Don't make no mistake about it. He don't want nothing good to come up with you. You understand? You're okay as long as you believe him. Just like General Mayat was talking about with the Greenwood situation, man, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Those black people would have been okay, man, if they were just doggone barely getting by over there on Black Wall Street. But because they wasn't barely getting by, you understand? Our president beginning to become jealous. And when he becomes jealous, man, you got a wild rabid animal on your hand. You understand? Because his jealousy makes him go on a killing rampage. And that's what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We hadn't been out of slavery 100 years, man, and we had a lot of thriving communities. But we didn't take the proper measures. First off, we wasn't following the Most High. Okay, we wasn't following our laws such month. Just like General Mayok said in class today, we was probably eating pork chops inside that community. They probably had some little old crab legs, you know what I'm saying, some shrimp, probably eating rabbit and things of that nature, all types of stuff, man. You understand? And we're not going to be able to survive like that. We're not going to be able to survive and be truly successful while we're still yet sinning. You understand? We have to master spiritual success. What I mean by spiritual success, man, is following, you know what I'm saying, laws, statutes, commandments, and coming back to our culture. Before we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, successfully take over the world. We're not gonna be successful in anything we do out here if we don't come back to the Most High. You understand? That's our power source. You know what I'm saying? We're not, you know what I'm saying, so much carnal like the rest of these races. We are linked into a power source, and without the power source, you know what I'm saying, hey, we ain't no good. You understand? We are no good. Anyway, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Okay, you're going to wipe that looking glass, you're going to wipe the glasses off, and you're going to see that he's still an evil bastard, man. Right here in 2022. 2022, the oppressor is still an evil bastard. Still an evil bastard. How do you know that? Look at recent events, man. All these things has been going on with the oppressor going inside the grocery store of Buffalo. You understand? And shooting it up. Plenty of different things. Just like what happened in Vincent, Alabama last week. The police riding around cracking jokes saying, they said, what do you call a pregnant slave? And then, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the officers texted, you know what I'm saying, question mark, and he hit him with a punchline. And he said a pregnant slave was called a BOGO, meaning buy one, get one free. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yahweh, Shabbat, Trooper, not to Shah, good to see you in the class, brother. Okay. Yo, so they look at you as slaves, man. Look at you as no more slaves, you know what I'm saying, poor, you know what I'm saying, slaves, you know what I'm saying, that's just, you know, here in America because of slavery. You understand? But they don't know how spiritual this thing is, and they don't know the doggone hell that's coming for them behind the things that they do to God's chosen people. Okay. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Okay? Okay, when he overthrow you, he's gonna stand up in your place, man. Case in point, man. If you go out and ask the average Jake on the street right now, who's the best rapper? Scratch that. They may or may not say that. Now that's a toss-up. But it is a good chance that they may say Eminem is the best rapper. Okay, he can rap. I wouldn't say he's the best rapper. I don't even listen to him, so I can't even judge whether he's the best rapper or not. He's irrelevant to me. I mean, so how does he get the best rapper title when, you know what I'm saying, the people that created rap don't even listen to him? I know I don't. You understand? Now I've listened to Eminem before, but I'm not going to automatically give him the title of best rapper. You understand? You had Elvis Presley. He was the king of rock and roll, they say. White people didn't create rock and roll. Well, how are they taking our place saying that they're the king of rock and roll? You understand? All these different, you know what I'm saying, races, man, even Africans, man, coming over here to America, man. Now, uh, back in the day, they were pushing like, man, a lot of cats were saying, man, I want me an African queen. I want me an African queen. A lot of sisters looking for a Mandingo warrior from, not knowing that Mandingo was something that started over here now with slavery. But when they said that, they talking about they want an African king or some jazz like that. You had all these Nigerians running scams on sisters and whatnot. And, you know, these are things that was being pushed, even through, you know what I'm saying, that movie Coming to America and all this other jazz. It was being pushed that Africans are better than us. You understand? It was also being pushed in the color scheme. You understand? They sprinkled it with the color scheme. If you wasn't down on General Muhammad's color, you know what I'm saying, or some jazz like that, you know what I'm saying, a dark skin, you was considered to be, you know what I'm saying, mixed or some jazz like that. Not a real nigga. You understand? That's why a lot of light skinned brothers grew up having to scrap a lot because, you know, they kind of had to prove themselves. Because, you know what I'm saying, niggas, a lot of cats didn't feel like he was a real nigga if he was light skinned, which, you know, that's not true. You understand? But, you know what I'm saying, these are the things that were being pushed. You understand? And so, that being said, that laid the groundwork for what's going on now. You turn on your radio, it's all type of African music. The girl, what's her name, Tim's. The other guy made that song, You Don't Need Nobody or some jazz like that. I Want Your Body or some jazz. Anyway, the junk sound cheesy to me. Really what they trying to do is copy Caribbean style music. You understand, if you ask me. You understand? But they don't do it like us. You understand? They don't do it like us. But when you got the media and you got the doggone machine behind something, the machine is going to push its agenda. It don't matter what we like. They're going to play it and play it and play it until you like it. You understand? They've already doggone set the groundwork doggone with the Wakanda. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You went out and watched Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? They had the Wakanda forever. You understand? They had all these different things, you know what I'm saying, pushing Africa. Now they laid the groundwork for you to doggone start listening to their music. Oprah's going over there and doggone setting up schools over there in Africa. For the life of me, I can't understand why a sister that grew up poor, you know what I'm saying, if I'm not mistaken, grew up poor in Mississippi, of all places, the poorest state. You understand? Mississippi, I believe, is the poorest state, if not one of the poorest states. It has to be in like at least the top 3 or top 5. Mississippi is a very poor state. But instead of Oprah focusing on where she's from, she goes to Africa. She goes to Africa and builds schools and gives away cars and doggone inside of Africa, when doggone Mississippi is still a hellhole right now. You understand? Mississippi has a high incarceration rate. You understand? You got a lot of brothers going to Mississippi, doggone, that's living in Mississippi, and they're doggone being locked up at an astronomical rate. You know what I'm saying? The murder in Jackson, Mississippi is out the roof. You understand? Even the small towns like Gulfport, Mississippi, man, Biloxi, Mississippi, Natchez, Mississippi, where Captain Kahan is from. You understand? And Oprah Winfrey, instead of going back to Mississippi, building schools in Mississippi, helping out the youth in Mississippi, she goes to Africa. You know why she forgot about our people? Because she drunk the Kool-Aid, she's with an oppressor, and she's so far disattached from reality, it doesn't make any sense. You understand? So she goes to Africa. That's what it does. Okay? Let me keep reading, and after that, I'm gonna get another precept. Okay, overthrown it, he stand up in your place. Okay, that's like I said, surroundings with what's going on now, the music and the acting with the Africans and whatnot. Okay, neither let them sit at thy right hand. Okay, that was one of the big problems with the Black Panther movement, man. The Black Panthers let white people in. They let, you know what I'm saying, everybody in except who they were supposed to let in. You understand? The Black Panthers were compromised. I believe they were set up I know a Chinese man set them up with a gun inside a gun scandal or some jazz like that. He was working with the FBI. But the Chinese man that had a lot to do with that. We let several different oppressors in, you know, several different devils in their organization. They let them sit right next to him, man. Uh, the civil rights movement, man, we started letting these different oppressors in. And a lot of these oppressors were homosexuals. You understand? And they started out using the civil rights movement as something to push that LGBTQ agenda. You understand? And so we should let these folks sit next to us. And if we let them sit next to us, they're going to capitalize off of our struggles more than we capitalize off of it. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Chinese, they get a bill passed. You understand? All these different people pass under the minority as a minority, when the term minority, you know what I'm saying, was something that we fought for, you know what I'm saying, for our civil rights goals, but everybody else is benefiting. Now East Indians can come over here and be a minority. Chinese can come over here and be a minority. But initially, minority, we was having blacks, natives, and Hispanics in mind, but now we have everybody else up under the umbrella of minority. And they're not under oppression, you know, so they come over here and get gas stations. They come over here and get Dunkin' Donuts. They come over here, you know what I'm saying, get scholarships where they're able to be doctors. Almost every doctor I go to is Amar, Dubai, Muhammad, or some jazz like that, some East Indian or some Arab, you know what I'm saying, not some Nigerian, you understand? They get all the resources that we don't get, you understand? That's why we shouldn't have these people next to us, man. We should separate them. Don't trust them, because if you trust them, they're going to get beside you and they're going to attempt to replace you. You understand? And I myself, I'm not looking to be on top in our present society, but I am looking to be separate and get my due here. You understand? I am looking for that. And I'm not going to do it with these heathens out here. I'm going to do it with my own people. That's the only way possible. You understand? Like I said before, the law is brotherhood. The law makes brotherhood knit tight. You understand? Without the law, you cannot have a knit tight brotherhood. Without the law, you turn into Oprah Winfrey. Without the law, you turn into Kanye West. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You got to follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and you won't end up like those cats, man. Yeah, you say, hey, man, they rich, man, they billionaires, but they're out of their mind and they're not happy. They're out of their body and they're not happy. Kanye West is a maniac. You understand? That woman drove him out. He's not the same Kanye West. He got what? Kim Kardashian? He's lost his mind, man. He's lost his mind. Oprah is out of her mind. Like I said, she's over there in Africa giving the Africans cars and schools and stuff. Like I said earlier, she's from Mississippi. Poor Mississippi. And she goes to a poor country in Africa when she came from a poor state right here in the United States. Okay? So that's just out of her mind. Okay? All right. Lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Okay? And after that, you're going to remember these words and you're going to be pricked. You're like, damn, man, I knew I shouldn't have got down with these doggone devils, man. They didn't trick me again. How long are you going to keep being tricked, black man, native man, Hispanic man? Can't you see by now that these people mean you no good? When is it going to click, man? When are you going to get it through your thick skull that you cannot work with these people? The only choice you have to be successful is to work with your people. And not work with your people under the flag of a blood or a Crip or Black Panther. You have to work with the people under your God, man, under the Most High Christ. You understand? And the only way that you're going to learn to do that is inside the ISUPK, man. Inside the ISUPK. Because everybody else is going to tell you that they follow the laws, statutes, commandments, but it's going to be a little loophole there to where they say it's okay to have an oppressor here. It's okay to marry an oppressor. You know what I'm saying? You dominating her. You know what I'm saying? No, you're not dominating her. You're her slave. You're inside her kingdom. You know what I'm saying? I seen TikToks today where his brothers, you know what I'm saying, standing up there with that doggone Becky, and she's standing up there with him with his shirt off, and she's describing him. Yeah, he's okay. He's a nice buck. You know what I'm saying? She's describing him like he's in a slave auction. You understand? He's just standing up there looking like looking like, you know, say he's advertising himself or some jazz like that, while she describes him and his characteristics and his build and his makeup. You understand? This is the folly and doggone foolishness that a lot of our people are participating in. Man. You understand? And we shouldn't do that, man. Because every time we do that, man, we make fools of ourselves. You understand? All right. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Okay? Who's gonna pity you if you get bit by a snake, man? When you playing with snakes. You understand? You play with snakes, you get bit. What happened to the crocodile hunter? You know what I'm saying? He like playing with all the animals out there, man. He got stabbed in the heart by a stingray. You understand? You can't play with these devils, man. You understand? You can't play with them. Do not play with them. You have to look at them like they're wild, savage animals. They call my brothers the Gadites savages, but I've never seen more savagery than the savagery that the white man has committed. The white man is more savage than any beast I've ever seen. You understand? I cannot measure his savagery in any beast I've ever seen. You understand? You're telling me that he's not the devil. But what he's doing is very devilish. Okay? All right. I'm going to drop that. Hey, warrior, I was thinking about that right there. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? I know you in the right spirit because I was finna say that. You lay down with dogs, you get fleas. Damn right. That's damn right. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:3. Yeah, man, you get them fleas eating at your brain. You know what I'm saying? Now you're out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, damn right. Deuteronomy 7:3. All right. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Okay? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. Okay? So we're not supposed to, I'm not raising my daughter to hand my daughter over to the oppressor or something. Whew. That right there is like, what's that song Alicia Keys made? The Unthinkable, and the whole time in the video she was talking about getting with her oppressor. That is the unthinkable, to hand my daughter over to one of these devils. Man, I would blow my top. You understand? I would blow my top. You understand? You would see me come unhinged. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? My son to bring a devil inside the house. You understand? That's something that I can't imagine. And you know what I'm saying? More fathers need to raise their sons in that manner, because while you're going out here getting these football contracts, you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of brothers successful, you know what I'm saying, doing successful things, making a little money or whatever, man, just for the ship protection, man. You understand? To see a brother out in the street fighting over the oppressor's daughter, man. I've seen it happen before. It is foolishness if I ever seen it. Man. You're fighting over the oppressor's daughter. Okay, you're fighting over her. When back in the day, they used to kill you for being with her. Now you're fighting over her. You're ready to kill your brother behind her. When she ain't nothing but a doggone loose ass dog. The doggone soon as I believe Soldier Slim said it the best. While you off at work, she's doggone in there with some people. You know what I'm saying? Getting down. You understand? She's getting passed around like a doggone blunt. You understand? While you at work, trying to doggone get some money for her. She's at your house while you at work, doggone getting passed around. They coming in and out the back door. You understand? They coming in and out the back door. But this is who you want to doggone affiliate with, lay up with, man. And that's not the right way to go, man. Get you a sister, man. There's nothing better than a black native or Hispanic sister, man. They are the best bar none. These other women don't even mess up. They don't have the flavor. They don't have the sauce like a sister got the sauce. Sisters have the sauce, man. You understand? You don't see the sister just swag into the room. You understand? You know what I'm saying? A little sassy little sister, you know what I'm saying? When she walk across the floor, she sway across the floor. These other oppressors women can't do that. They don't doggone hold ground like a sister hold ground. You understand? They ain't gonna ride with you like a good sister who will ride with you, man. You understand? But you're gonna have to be patient, man. Have the patience for your sister that you would like for somebody to have with you, man. We have to learn how to be patient and kind with these sisters. As long as she ain't holding on you, show her the patience, man, that she deserves to be shown. Because you have to understand that your sister came up in the same trenches that you came up in. If not, in a lot of cases, worse. I know one of my ribs, she grew up in the projects most of her life. You understand? And you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? And we have to understand, man, that a lot of sisters grew up without fathers. You understand? So we have to have that patience as a man that they never experienced before. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, their father left. You understand? A lot of them fathers died. A lot of their fathers were oppressed so bad, they got hooked on drugs and whatnot. So she's never been around a strong man before. So you have to be a strong man. You know what I'm saying? Be a strong man. And a strong man is a patient man. You understand? If you in the gym, you can't go in the gym and get results within a week. Man, you got to hit that gym consistently, man, for a couple of months, man, before you even start to see a couple of lumps, knocks on your back. You understand? It ain't just gonna happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna doggone solve the trauma that a lot of our sisters have overnight, man. But guess what? Here's the good thing about it, because while you solving that sister trauma, it's gonna be therapeutic for you, man. And you're gonna doggone see how important you are. You're gonna finally find out what's your worth, man. Because a lot of brothers out here, man, we don't feel like we have no worth, man. But man, you get you a sister now and get you a family, man, and raise them. And you see what your worth is, man. Come inside the ISUPK and start doing the Lord's work. You'll find your worth, man. But you won't find your worth inside linking up with these oppressors. You'll only be made a slave, brother. You'll only be made a slave, brother. You'll be no more than a bobo. You understand? You'll be a bobo. You'll be something that dog gonna be flaunted. You know what I'm saying? As a trophy. You know what I'm saying? Look at this nigga I got. This big strong nigga. Come in, nigga boy. You know what I'm saying? I bet a lot of these brothers, man, being called niggas and stuff at home. They too embarrassed to talk about it. You understand? I know they being called niggas at home, and you know what I'm saying? She get drunk and doggone swing on them, and threaten to call the police, try to, you know what I'm saying? It's all types of torture that these brothers go through, man. And they know that they doggone caught up in the vice, man, because they know that the doggone police is gonna take her side. Same thing with these sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? The football player, I've got his name, but he knocked the sister out. And then when she got up, he's like, man, I thought you were dead. What you doing still alive? You understand? And you want to be mixed up with this? I think not, man. Don't be foolish. All right. We'll put one more precept in the class. Okay. It's a morning. Let me give you a bit more on that. Okay? All right. It says, verse 4, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. Okay? Look at how quick the flip, you know, so I'm using Kanye West as an example, man, but it's so many different examples of this. You've probably seen some around you. You understand? A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, brothers, you see them, they pro-black, like Kanye West, man. He was like, George Bush hates white people. He said it jump, it shocked a lot of people, it ruffled a lot of feathers, man, because he just said it jump, just plain as day. George Bush hates white people because he understands that George Bush was not giving people inside Hurricane Katrina the full aid that they need. You understand? Now, rewind a few years, fast forward a few years, he hooks up with Kim Kardashian. Now he's got a MAGA hat on. You understand? He has a MAGA hat on. You understand? He has a MAGA hat on. He supports a racist now. You understand? He's not pro-black like he was. You understand? And you're telling me that you can link up with your oppressor's daughter and still be pro-black? You can't do it. It's not possible. There's no way in hell you can be pro-black and you're not married to the oppressor's daughter. Same with these sisters, man. Look at Oprah. You understand? Look at Serena Williams, man. I know her father is disgusting. You understand? I know her father is disgusting. I'm disgusted. I know he has to be disgusted. For him to go through all that racism, all that turmoil, just for his daughter to turn around and marry a goddamn Joe Black. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that oppressor is, man. I mean, like, good night, man. Good, I see the oppressors that a lot of our people hook up with now. I be like, are we that destroyed? Is our self-esteem that low? Every time you turn around, you see a brother with the biggest white girl that doggone you can pull out a trailer park, man. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Built like a goddamn refrigerator. You understand? Are we that destroyed? Or we gotta go for the bottom? Meanwhile, you see the nerdiest, geekiest oppressor with a bad sister. But when I see her, man, she no longer looks bad anymore. That takes her down 10 notches. She takes herself down 10 notches. Serena used to be fine, man. She's no longer fine. You look at her now, man, she looks like an imitation. You understand? Okay, so you know, and like I said, man, it's gonna turn you away from what you should. It's gonna take you off your focus, man. You're gonna start to believe, like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna start to say things like George Floyd, man, was on drugs. You're gonna make an excuse for the cop. You're gonna start doing stuff like that. That's what it's gonna do to you, man. It's gonna make you weak. You know what I'm saying? Hooking up with the oppressors' children. It's gonna make you weak, man. All right? Let me see. Let me get one more. Let me see. This is the one I want. Appreciate you rocking it out with me, Trooper Natasha. Always a dependable warrior. You understand? You know what I'm saying? You are very dependable. That's a good attribute that you have. All right. All right, this is good. This is Tobit 4 and 12. All right? Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers. And take not a strange woman to wife. Don't take a strange woman, man. Don't be like Jesus. Don't be like Kanye West. Don't be like so many other brothers out here, man. A lot of basketball players. I can't name them. I was tuning in tonight. Don't be like the brother that you seen, man, that changed his whole swag. You know what I'm saying? Just so God won't marry this Becky. Don't be like the sister, man, that God won't got smothered out in college by a whole bunch of white boys. You understand? Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Which is not of thy father's tribe. For we are the children of the prophets. We the children of the prophets, man. We are the chosen people. You understand? Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children. Man, you want to be blessed with your children, man. You don't want to be raising your children, you know what I'm saying? Even though you are the seed of your father, you don't want to raise confused children, man. You understand? You don't want to raise confused children that don't know what side they should embrace. I mean, they have black children, but they mama white. So they don't know whether they want to, they don't know whether they want to say nigger or nigger. You understand? They don't know. They don't understand, man. You're confusing these children, man. You understand? Get your wife that's the same race as you, man. So we can now take away the sins out of Israel, man, and the confusion. Don't we have enough confusion, enough sin going on in Israel to doggone even further confuse our children? You understand? Imagine imagine the trauma that you put a child through when you bring them into this world that's racially divided. This world is racially divided, and it's always going to be that. It's always going to be that way. Don't put your child through the trauma of having them thinking that they're on both sides of the field. Okay, when really they on you on one side or the other. Whatever side your father on, that's what side you on. Okay, don't do that. That's evil. And it's selfish. And it's lustful and it's wicked. Okay? Uh, and that seed shall inherit the land. Now therefore, my son, verse 13, love thy brother, and despise not in thy heart thy brother. Okay? Don't hate your brother. Don't hate your brother and your sister so much that you don't go out and get a oppressor's daughter. Okay? The sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them. You cannot hate your people so much. And believe me, that's what a lot of it boils down to. A lot of these cats out here, they hate their people so much. Man, I don't want nothing to do with being no nigga. You understand? I heard Kevin Gates say the other day, man, on a show that he was on, that if he could, man, this is your Kevin Gates, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The Muslim, the confused young boy, you know what I'm saying? He's been through a lot. He's been molested as a child. He grew up in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a destroyed brother, man. You know what I'm saying? His wife been born on him and jazz like that. He's destroyed. But he said the other day, and this is how I knew that brother was really destroyed, man. He said if he can go back and do it again, man, if he reborn, he said he won't come back as black. You know what I'm saying? And he went down a whole common charade of we hate each other, we kill it, we the main people that be hating on these young people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you people think this man is deep, man. This man is destroyed. You understand? He's destroyed. And you think that he's doggone some type of deep individual? No, he's just a destroyed, confused individual. And you shouldn't try to follow him. Okay? You shouldn't try to follow Kevin Gates, man. Because you're going to follow him right down to mental illness. You know what I'm saying? That's what he deals with. He deals with a lot of mental illness. Okay? Anyway. For in pride is destruction and much trouble. Okay? You can't be so proud that you think you're better than your people, man. Because you know what I'm saying? You're not better than your people. You're only going to destruct yourself by not embracing your people. But now when despising your people and being proud and thinking that you're better than your people, you ain't going to do nothing but destroy yourself. Because guess what? Those are your brothers. You can't go nowhere without them. Nowhere. Nowhere. You understand? We are a unit. We are a people. We are a nation of people. You understand? And we're not going anywhere without each other, whether we like it or not. Whether we like it or not. Because guess what? That could have been any of us inside that neighborhood with Trayvon Martin with a hood on and got killed like that. That could be every one of us. Okay? Every one of us. Okay? That could be every one of us that ended up like Michael Gray, what's his name? Something Gray. Michael Brown, you know what I'm saying? So many brothers, man. So many brothers. So many brothers. That could be every one of us, man. You see down on Philander Castile, he wasn't no street brother. You understand? Out there in the streets. You understand? But he still got killed. That could have been every one of us, man. And so that's what you gotta understand. Don't be so proud to think that you're better than your people. You're not better than your people. You're only as good as your people, man. And that's what the ISUPK understand. That's why it's our mission and our job to get out here and wake our people up. You understand? Very important that we wake our people up. Because we know that we are all brothers out here. We are brothers. You understand? You know what I'm saying? That sister that's out here prostituting herself, that's my sister. Freddie Gray, yeah, the damn right, boy, Freddie Gray. Yeah, right, I couldn't think of that name for nothing. But yeah, Freddie Gray, man, that could have been us. That could have been Picard Howard. I could have went out the same way as Freddie Gray. It could happen. You understand? I remember when I was a kid, man, I wasn't even selling any dope or anything at that time, man. I just so happened to be walking up the street. But because my street was a dope street, the police would see any black man walking up the street. and jump out and pat them down. Any young black man that met that age bracket from 12 to 30 something, you know what I'm saying? 12 to probably 12 to 40. Who knows, man? I don't know, but definitely at least 12 to 22. You walking up the street, you know what I'm saying, with your polo on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gonna get jumped out on by the police dog on after dark or broad daylight, man. They're gonna make you take off your shoes or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It only takes one dog on. They jump out, man. They already red when they jump. It's like they angry when they jump out. They ready to beat you up right there and there. You know what I'm saying? You a kid not knowing no better, man. You might get involved with one of them officers, man. And hey, man, that's all it takes, man. Put you in the back seat, man, and take you somewhere, man, and beat you to death. Okay? That could have been any one of us, man. Could have been any one of us. You understand? We gotta understand we are a people. We are a nation of people. Okay? All right, anyway. The pride is destruction is much trouble, and then lewdness is decay. You know what I'm saying? Being lustful and nasty and disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Being a lustful, nasty bastard is decay, man. That junk is gonna overtake you. And great want. You're gonna always want, man. You're gonna fiend like a crackhead. But lewdness is the mother of family. Man, what happened when you ain't got no control, man? You'll overdo it, man. It's gonna be your family. Anyway, man, with that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class, man. I hope that this help anyone out there that's struggling with what you're trying to decide. You know what I'm saying? If you want to lay down with an oppressor or not, man, listen. Leave that oppressor daughters alone. Sister, leave the oppressor sons alone. Let's get with each other. Let's make this thing work. Let's come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, man. And let's get this thing in, man, and make black a thing that's, you know, saying not to be frowned upon, but a thing that everybody looks at and says, those people are blessed. Truly, those people are God's chosen people. You understand? And not just by, you know what I'm saying, the neglect that we get in society and the punishment that we get in society, but let's turn it around, man, and do it to where, like, it's because of the greatness that will come into society, man. So with that, man, I'm in the class, Majid. Majid Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shabbat Thon. That's your time. Class dismissed.